Hello, everybody. Bonjour, salut. I actually did it. Welcome to another episode of Montreal by Night. Tonight is a scene that features some old blood and some new blood. Scene starts.
Jacob Burns is just making his rounds through Griffintown, and remembering a impressionable young lady that he met in one of its parks not too long ago. He decided that after leaving a body there that night, maybe he should check up on her, make sure none of the police have combed through the area, and poor Tamara was found. He'll venture back to the same area in the park, within the thick of the woods. Um, and as he strolls there, he's not cloaking himself. He's not using opt-in abrasion. He wants to be seen. He is looking around, but he doesn't want to call out for Tamara. Actually, he'll cut a wound into his hand, letting his blood flow. Hopefully, the scent will pick up on the wind.
Tamara is a little further into the park. She's actually once again in a tree, and she smells blood. And with her acute senses, she basically smells almost everything in the park. She hesitates. She's a little scared. She's still not really used to drinking blood, especially not from humans. It's kind of scary in a way. So she is she's gonna spy first, using her animalism. Um, and I actually didn't have the book up, so I don't know what I need to roll, for fuck's sake.
Summoning?
uh, the fourth.
I think that's a manipulation animal can. Difficulty 8.
Mm-hmm.
Don't botch. It'll be terrible if you botch.
I know, I know. I found it. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Damn it. Yes. Yeah, so first beckoning to call them, which is charisma survival. And then I need to look it up. Damn, this is taking long. Of course, we still have dice stream. For fuck's sake.
All the little problems.
Yeah, I should have thought of this. So, yeah, animal. There's two rabbits that stop in front of the tree, looking up. It's like, you can't come up there. And then manipulation animalkin. Difficulty 8. So yes, I'm spending willpower for this. I'm so happy I did. So she transfers her consciousness into that of Rabbit, and as she basically leaves her body just lying there on a branch of the tree, she's gonna spy out where the source of blood comes from. It's something that she did in the wild for a long while. First making sure that she knew what was bleeding before she actually went over. So she sends the rabbit off in the direction of where she first smelled the blood coming from. And I think Jacob can make a perception alertness check.
4 dice. If you don't let me.
Yeah, you see the rabbit. There's a rabbit. And he's the rabbit's actually looking at you, which, if you know something about animals, is kind of weird.
Well, I mean, Jacob would probably bend down and smile, baring his fangs. Hello, bunny rabbit. Come here.
No. No. Rabbit's not gonna come. Because Tamara remembers the last time she came close to her canites with a rabbit and the consequences it had. So the rabbit just
No,
turns
out of
around
character,
and...
understandable.
Yeah. So the rabbit's just gonna turn around and hop off again.
All right. I mean, it's just to Jacob's perception, it's just a rabbit.
Well, if you want to, you can roll, I don't know, perception. Awareness might be a possibility. Or animal kin, of course.
It'd have to be awareness out having an animal kin. Yeah, I guess if you want, 4 dice.
If you want.
You want it. Go for it.
4 dice, okay. No, it's just a rabbit. Kind of weird that it looked straight at you, but it's just a rabbit. So, yeah, rabbit just hops back towards Tamara, or at least her body, and she releases the rabbit again. And she'll, having recognized Jacob, she'll come down and check you out. Basically, so she's walking up towards you and just peeking from around one of the trees, like peeking at you.
Oh, there you are, Tamara. How are you this evening?
Hi. Yeah, good.
Haven't had any
You?
trouble with the police, have you?
Haven't seen them.
Well, that's good. That's good. No, having left the body here. Well, I just didn't want to have left you with the mess and your feeding grounds being disturbed.
No, not yet.
By the way, are you busy this evening? I reached out to one of those clanmates of yours. You know, the kind of breed you are, one of those canines. But maybe you would like to have some community.
I don't have anything to do tonight.
Very well, very well. Well, I called him a little earlier. I think he might be on his way. Well, why don't we just have ourselves a seat? And you see Jacob just kind of lean back on one of the trees and pop a squat there.
Samara seems to get a little more edgy as she mentioned that there's someone else coming, but she's gonna sit down as well. But she's gonna sit down at a place where there's like lots of shadow and everything, and she can see things coming before they come. Hopefully.
Kura, for his part, has received a message to the Scorpion's Haven that there's a new little somebody out there, and he smelled in the wind. There's blood in the wind, so he immediately his instincts kicked in. He came low to the ground, activated his aspects, and this is a perception survival roll for tracking. As he just starts to move. Almost, he doesn't start to move. He almost slinks like a feline animal would. Let's see how he does. Not too bad actually. Still 3 successes. on a small deck stealth roll. As he starts to approach the area where he can smell the blood coming from. Just all of a sudden, the tree that Jacob is leaning on has a hand just beside it. You're bleeding.
Jacob will look up at you and open up his palm. You'll see him lick it closed. Yeah, yeah. Just, a way for you to find us.
Fair enough.
Tamara had already actually smelled you coming, heard you coming. She kind of ducks further away into the shadows.
Cora will turn his head to look at Tamara and just sort of lock his head just to one side and looks at her, and then starts to move closer. Cora is somewhat tallish. He has these yellow eagle-like eyes and with a weird red tattoo slash scar on the left side of his face. If you look closely to his hood, you can maybe see some feathers sticking out the back.
Tamara is just looking up at you as she's sitting on the ground. Her big, kind of light brown eyes just becoming even wider as she stares at your strange yellow eyes. You can see that she's like constantly holding her hands kind of in front of her mouth, as if she's either afraid to speak or is hiding something. Maybe even both of them.
Kura's gonna crouch down and just so he's at eye level with you. Hello there.
Hi.
You're gonna stand up or you're gonna sit all day long?
Tamara just looks at you for a while and then she kind of clumsily gets to her feet. Still kind of like shrunken in herself, just her hands still in front of her mouth, and she's like looking up at you. She's not small, but she isn't too tall.
Kura will stand again and he'll just ask you, how many winters?
None.
Let me see. Thanks, Jacob.
She's rather new, but I think she's one of yours. Clans should get along. Well, members with one at least.
Right. You smell of the earth.
You smell like motor oil.
He actually doesn't.
Oh yes, he does to her. You came through the city.
Fair enough.
Really, what do I smell like, Tamara? And you see Jacob like just really smiling and grinning, batting his eyes.
Tamara actually makes a small jolt as she suddenly gets spoken to by two different persons, and she mostly blood.
Yeah.
See, motor oil.
I guess I've been too long in the city. I need to go back to the wildlands. So, how new are you?
Not half a year.
I see. My name is Kura. What's yours?
Tamara.
Hmm.
How new are you?
I have 10 winters.
So you're not new, I take it.
No. You're a pup.
I am?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Kurag, I've myself spent a long time with my sire. The whole process of being educated in our ways, if you catch my drift. I've never really had the chance to teach a new lick like her. We want to make sure that she gets up to the right start, has a proper education of sorts.
The gangrel have a tradition. If we encounter somebody that is new from our blood, the first gangrel to encounter it is responsible for it. Would you like some help in your first year, Tamara?
What kind of help?
It's anything. Education about what we can do, what you can do, and what happens should we go crazy? Should we lose ourselves to that beast inside us?
I know that feeling.
So you have encountered the beast.
I didn't know you called it like that, but I guess it makes sense.
Kura's gonna sit down on one of the. Actually, he's just gonna lean/sit on one of the trees. The Gangrel are a lot closer to the beast than the other clans. It left a mark on you, didn't it?
Yeah.
What do you know? Have you told her anything yet, Jacob? Bruce? No. It seems like Jacob has disappeared into the shadows. Yep.
He'll be back.
I'll be back later. How much do you know?
Mm, I know there are different breeds of us, and that I might be something that's called a gangrel, but I don't know. Um, I can work with animals, and I know I need to drink blood to survive.
What kind of mark left the beast on you? Was it physical?
Um, I kind of rather not say.
Sorry, I saw a rabbit I had to chase down. My bad.
Very well. So if the beast has left some sort of mark at you, And he just pulls over his hoodie so you can see the back of his head, and there are some falcon feathers sticking out of his just behind his ears.
Hmm.
These are the kind of marks the beast leaves on us. That's why it's best not to lose control. If you do lose control, follow your instincts so you can control it.
How do you control it?
I doubt you can learn that right now, but with teaching, I can teach you a new path. But that would change you.
How?
Okay. When you look at me, what do you feel? And for his virtues, Kura has instinct, so there's definitely something far more feral and primal to this man than any normal human. But he still has his conscience, so he's not like a complete monster in the case that he has conviction. So,
Mm. Actually, Tamara is she's taking her time, but she's staring at you, and at some point it seems as if she's almost staring like through you. Her mouth is like a little open, and you can see that she's also breathing in slowly. Actually, her ears just perk up a little. You're like some sort of an animal. It's weird, like, I don't know, predator.
this is what we call change. Adapt to wildlands around you. I've given up my amount of self-control to make up for instinct. The ability to control my beast during a rage.
I see.
I've given up part of what I was as a human.
Do we need to do that?
There are those who do.
I myself am someone that still likes to maintain my own sense of self-control. Simply, I guess you could say, a beast I am, lest a beast I become.
What would happen if I would give up what you're saying, your humanity? Would I become a monster? And at that point she just stops. She kind of seemed to have an absent-minded look in her eyes, and takes a few seconds before she shakes her head a little and so
Well, Tamara, do I look like a monster?
uh, I don't know.
Well, the truth is, I have abandoned my humanity, and in return I followed the path of harmony. My path teaches me that I need to seek balance between what I am now and what I once was. To have a part of both and live in one as one with nature.
That sounds not so bad, actually.
Is not. We still think about our actions. We still ponder the wrongs we have done in our lives or unlives. We still have at least I still have a conscience.
But not all of you have that, right? All us, I mean, all of us.
No. There are those that completely give in to what they've become, and they have forsaken their conscience.
I don't think I want to become like that.
Well, first, what can you do in the ways of the gangrel? Do you know what you can do?
What do you mean?
Powers of animals, taking a hit, shape-shifting.
I can call animals, control them a little.
Hmm.
Talk to them.
Mm-hmm. Kurt at this point is going to climb into one of the trees and just sit on one of the branches. And he's literally just sitting there like a cat, like a feline creature would.
I once had a tree fall on top of me, and that didn't hurt as much as I thought it would.
Mm. And what about these? As his eyes suddenly turn bright red.
Tamara just jumps up. She looks at your eyes. It's like, I don't think I can do that. She then quickly just brings her hands back towards her mouth again.
Mm. These are the eyes that allows us to pierce through normal darkness as he just turns to Jacob.
Yes, yes. Those particular eyes can see through more of the natural types of shadows and ambient dark. However, for those particular gifts you saw of me, they won't penetrate that kind of darkness, for it's unnatural.
Hmm. These eyes, they're part of a power we call protean. They're a discipline that the gangrel only have access to.
I haven't. I didn't know that there were those kind of things that they existed. No one ever told me.
You were preyed upon and hunted down, I guess.
Sort of, yeah.
That's what the gangrel do. It's an old tradition. That's not meant. Usually, it's not meant for this kind of stuff.
Sorry, guys, I had to step away for a sec.
No problem. Echo.
Echo? Hold on, I'll be back.
So, it's that's the way it's supposed to be?
It's
Right?
an old way. It doesn't have to be that anymore. I've never done it, but I'm probably sure it happened to me.
I prefer not to do it.
You, little pup, first need to learn how to control yourself.
Okay. How?
For starters, I guess you're still pretty close to a human. Just fight off that anger. Fight off that rage for now. And unless you really lose it and become out of touch with humanity.
That's the sort of thing Your humanity, it's an illusion. It's a self-illusion. You're no longer human, so don't act.
True, however, she's still new, so saying this makes more sense to her as it does to us.
Well, I suppose then, best route for you to take, depending what you choose, what, as we call, an enlightenment that you may find in your new state of being. Your best bet is to keep yourself fed. Try to keep away from people, places, and things that piss you off. And stay away from fire. Though you might be able to take its brunt better than the most of us, that being a gift of your clan. Still, you may be surprised by what happens when the fear takes a hold of you.
I see. I tried to make a fire the first night. Well, not the first night. The first night I just ran. The second night I couldn't. And then I realized that I didn't need it. Because there was no need to stay warm.
There you go.
Also, I noticed that sunlight really hurts.
Yeah, you want to stay away from that.
I wish someone had told me that.
Well, lucky for yourself you survived. And you're none the worse for the wear.
True.
Welcome back, Max.
So sunlight and fire is bad, and anything that gets me what? Like scared? Not at ease? Is bad as well.
Well, yes, fire has this, well, remember what we were talking about the other night? About Cain and the curses God laid upon him? This fear you feel, it's part of that curse. You remember in your immortal days that, a simple campfire. What's the difference? It's not really a big fire, not like you're trapped in a burning house. But now as a Cainite, that's a fear coming directly from God. For unlike a human, the fire ravages us a great deal.
I see. I didn't know. I just knew I was scared. I didn't know where it came from.
Fortunately, Noya was gifted with abilities to withstand fire and the sun for just a little bit longer, to be able to withstand most blows. And she has passed those gifts on to us.
Who?
And Noya, the Earth Mother, Gangrel herself, the first Gangrel.
I see. I didn't know that was the first Gangrel. What makes sense, but I never really thought about where we came from and how we came to be until I met with you guys.
Well, if you are ever in the mood to hear a sermon, we do have those amongst our kind. I would be more than glad to let you know more about your history.
It might be interesting, yeah.
Are you a priest, Jacob?
Aha, yes, I am Kurag.
My apologies, Father.
Oh, no need, you didn't know. And besides, I don't always need the title announced.
There you say so. Tamara,
Yeah?
would you like me to help you with developing your abilities a bit more and knowing what you can do?
Well, I do have a lot to learn, and if you know, and if you can help me, then sure. But does that mean I have to leave the park?
No, not currently.
Okay. Because I don't really like the city.
If we're gonna leave the park, it would be to get out in the wild. Maybe jump off a cliff. As he just looks to the sky.
Why would I jump off a cliff?
Gangrel pushed themselves.
So you push yourself off a cliff.
No, we push ourselves to be able to survive more.
Doesn't pushing you off a cliff just kill you?
You'd be surprised. I've fallen down 4 cliffs now. Didn't get a scratch on them, any one of them.
Now that sounds like a very useful ability. Kurag, may I entreat you, perhaps, that if I could learn this resilience your clan has against personal injury, I would be more than happy to show you what my clan has to offer. Our inhuman-like strength, perhaps.
Hmm. The strength of the Lasombra is well known. It will be a very useful ability to have. Very well.
Should I show you mines first, or should you show me yours?
Cora will grab a knife and just look at it. It's not difficult to learn.
Are you holding the knife out for Jacob to take, or?
It depends. Do you want him to show you first, or do you want him to stab you?
Whatever's the effective way of showing me, I don't care.
Kura will just literally just turn the knife, grab it, and stab Jacob in the shoulder.
Ah! Damn it, that was a new suit. Fuck!
My apologies, Father. Yet,
That's
this is the most effective way to learn it.
So what do I do from here?
You test yourself. Take blows, take hits. Eventually, the fortitude itself will rise and the resilience will build. Eventually, you'll feel less and less and less pain. It's a very direct route.
Jacob will kind of bear the scar that he just got, even for Tamara to see. He's gonna push the blood from his veins in closer to the wound and soaking it. He'll
Actually, as you guys are, as Kurak suddenly attacked Jacob, you could, like a few seconds afterwards, you could hear like a loud snap of a branch that Tamara didn't see while she was trying to sneak off. AKA botched sneak roll. For fuck's sake.
Oh, Tamara, where are you going? Don't leave yet. So many lessons to be had.
And her eyes just grow wide again, basically. It's like the scared little bunnies, and she's just looking at you and like, but you guys are fighting each other.
No, this isn't fighting. We're training. We're training. Come.
Suddenly, Cora standing just behind Tamara. I was like, this is only an exercise.
She literally jumps up as. How did she get there so fast?
I'm sneaky. As he just walks past Tamara. Well then, Father. I believe it's your turn now.
Yes. You'll see that Jacob puts a hand on the tree trunk, and he'll just kind of brush it for a second. Now, it's all about the blood. With my clan in particular, the shadows, the blood, it's all strength. Will that blood into your fists, into your muscles. And the more you do it, the more you strike your enemy. Keep hitting harder and harder. And you'll see that Jacob will start illustrating this when he's just pounding at the tree trunk until his fists are like bloody and raw and like to the bone. And you might even see it shake a little bit. And that's pretty much it, my friend. The harder you hit, the more you ignore the pain, the potence will grow.
I don't feel pain. I haven't felt pain in a long time.
Then go ahead. Hit the tree. Hit the tree as hard as you can, even if to the point you could break your own hand.
Alright. And Kura will walk up to one of the trees. And first, he'll just stand there and just take a position that is almost like an animal trying to claw somebody, and then just realize that he doesn't have his claw, so he forms a fist and punches the tree. And after 2 seconds of just holding his fist against the tree, he'll return it, and then he gives the tree a kick. Which will probably hurt him, but he won't feel it. Well, with his amount of soaked ice. And this shall continue.
And Jacob's nodding in approval. Yes, you're getting it. Tomorrow, would you like to give it a try?
I don't think I can do that, actually.
What's the matter? Afraid to break a nail?
No.
Tamara, the gangrel survive by expanding our abilities. The physical disciplines, potence, fortitude, and even celerity are a very good way to survive.
I see. Okay. And Tamara will walk up to a tree as well, and she kind of bumps her fist against it. It's not that soft, but it's like it's not as if she's trying with everything she has.
You're standing in the wrong way.
Oh.
Keep your shoulders at the same height and punch straight forward in a straight line.
Okay. She tries to follow his instructions, and she does punch forward, but it's like it's still rather weak. It's not, as I already said, it's not like she's giving 100% or even 200%. It's more like 75 at best.
Yeah, Kura just looks at it and There's a small nod. Like that. You hit it much better this time.
So what's the use of hitting a tree?
The use will be when you're able to grab said tree and pull it out of the ground.
But the tree never harmed anyone.
It's a way of speaking to illustrate it.
Well, Tamara, didn't you say a tree branch fell on you?
Yes.
Well then, there you go.
I cannot punish the wind or the storm for breaking that tree, nor the lightning for striking into one. Trees themselves don't hurt us.
And why wouldn't they? Humans have been destroying the environment for a time immemorable. Maybe trees have decided to finally get their revenge.
Surely you don't believe that.
Of course I do. Kurog, tell me, with your gift of sight, have you ever seen things that are beyond the realm of seeing?
I can see auras. Though I have encountered beings that are not human, nor are they canine as well. I presume you've heard stories about the lupines?
Ha! Yes, I have.
Don't ever get close to one.
Oh,
As in wolves?
Werewolves.
correct.
Werewolves. Surely that doesn't exist.
You exist. I exist. Father Burns over there exists.
I guess that's true. I didn't know there were more monsters out there.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The longer you live and the more you encounter, the sooner you get out of this park, the weirder the world is going to be to you.
Then maybe I'll prefer to stay in the park.
That is a way to survive. You notice how he did not approve, nor did he disapprove of the idea of staying in the park.
Kind of like a backhanded response, I guess.
Yeah, but it's like, it's the gangrel way to survive. Well then, I'll work on the potence.
Do that, and I'll work on my fortitude.
Alright.
But oh, Frog, there's something that I want you to relate back to Labusa for me. It just crossed my mind. A few nights ago, my retainer and myself, we were passing by an auto shop. Well, sorry, no, a gas station. I overheard some policemen. They were talking about what they saw in the aftermath of the church, our little incident at the church. I couldn't catch exactly what they saw, but be aware.
I
I'm
shall,
going. Yeah,
I shall
I
pass
myself.
it through.
I'm sorry. What was that?
I shall pass it through.
Very well. I myself will try to make an inquiry, find out how much the cops know or what they suspect, and I'll pass that along as soon as I find out.
I shall ask Artur to scout out with his ravens. Ravens are very smart birds. They remember faces and conversations.
That would be a good idea.
I'll keep an ear on the street and ask around the city's youth what they call gangs, city packs. If you need anything tomorrow, so you can always find me in this location. He pulls out a map of Montreal and he points to where they're at right now, the park, and then he points to the general area of the Scorpions communal haven.
Tamara just bends over to look at the map, and that's in the middle of the city.
Only get there when you're in an emergency. If you don't have anywhere to go, I'll check up on you. Make sure you're safe for now.
Okay.
That Cora is gonna close the map, put his hoodie back on, put the map back wherever he got it, really. And he's gonna jump into one of the trees. He's gonna via the tree branches. He's just gonna walk and jump away. Again, almost like a feline creature would do.
And Jacob will kind of just remain there with Tamara unless she wants to be left alone.
She's just actually pulling some grass out of the ground. She doesn't quite know what to think of all this.
Jacob might say, "Oh, there you go. It seems that the grass has pissed you off."
No, it hasn't.
So why are you hurting the grass?
When she say that, she stops.
I'm only teasing. I don't care if you break this tree down, if you dig up mounds of dirt. Do as you like. Do as you please.
It's not what we need to do. It's the only thing we have to do.
I'm sorry, repeat that one more time?
Is that what we need to do?
Well, there's a lot of things we need to do. What if I told you, Tamara, that there is a monster out there? Well, monsters out there in the world that have the ability to destroy the very world that we exist in. How would that make you feel? Monsters that are like us. Monsters that were the grandchildren of Cain.
I see. So, doesn't that make them our brothers?
Yes, to some extent. You see, Tamara, these monsters, we call them antediluvians, before the flood. You already know your Bible, so you know what flood I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And yes, that's real. These creatures existed before then. Even unimaginably longer before then. So they're quite old, quite powerful. But amongst our kind, there is a firm, firm belief that one day they're going to come back from their slumber, from wherever they went. And when they do, they are going to consume the world. Just like how you hunger for blood, their hunger is 10,000-fold. It is almost insatiable.
So, we are the defenders of the earth.
Hmm. Well, no. Kurog and myself, we have friends, brothers and sisters, that have banded together to stop this from happening. Yes, I want to destroy a tree to educate you. Maybe I'll burn down a building just because someone's pissed me off. But those are small things, small scale. I don't want to destroy the world. I just want to live in it. And I think you too want to live in it, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what I said. We are defenders.
Oh, I'm out of character. I'm sorry you're speaking so softly.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I know it's part of your character. I just couldn't hear you. All right. So yes. We are defenders of this world in a sense. Actually, that's a very nice way to put it. I'll let that stand. Yes, we are the world's defenders. So, if you show an interest in defending this world, Kurag or myself, or some of our friends, even Dahlia, well, we'd like you to join us.
Sounds better than just randomly destroying things.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I guess.
There will be a lot for you to learn, and I think you've learned enough for tonight. So just think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, Jacob will tip his hat to you. You could see the wounds on his hands stitching back together slowly. And he'll make his way out of the park.
And with Tamara actually jumping back into the tree again, we will end the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Ready? Thank you for watching.